it softly spoken.
Hello guys, hello everyone. Welcome to the Dominance Family Channel. My name is Lisa Njoroge
And my name is Josephine Rungu.
and we want to welcome you to this channel. Welcome. Like, share and subscribe.
Awesome. Now, Lisa, what are we discussing today?
We are discussing about COVID
COVID.
stigmatization.
And COVID, oh my God, COVID. First of all, where did the name come from?
Leave alone, COVID is classy.
Corona.
Where did people get corona?
Ulisikia wapi?
Tuko tu kwa
Hey guys, now today we want to discuss about the stigma that has come about with COVID during this pandemic. And first I would like to ask you, Lisa, what came in your mind when you heard about corona, when you heard about COVID-19? Rapture? So it took you to the Bible?
Rapture.
For sure, nothing came in my mind. I was like, no, what animal is this? No, it's China. In fact, this year I wanted to travel to China. And then the moment you better be sorry. However, no, the moment I heard about Corona and COVID, I started Googling, watching the videos, and everything was so scary. And I started setting rules in my house. Yeah, you have to wash your hands because that is what was trending. Wash your hands, sanitize, social distancing, new name. So social distancing. So what came in my mind is, how am I going to go about this? And then now we heard in the news from our president, our HE, that we need to stay in house, you don't need to go to work. And looking at what I do day in, day out, and in my business profession, is I have to go to companies. Now I started wondering, where am I going to start? So first what came in my mind was fear. I really feared about this. And you know, rarely do I fear, let me say that, rarely do I fear. But fear came in my mind, and now I was in a dilemma over the things that we are hearing from the HE, from the CS Kagwe, don't do this, don't go to places. I started shooting emails to my clients, my partners, asking them how are we going to come over this, what will happen. So for me, I can say fear. Fear came in my mind. And it's the fear of the unknown, because I didn't know about the next hour. Yeah.
And then you know the worst part is they made it an urgency, and it looked like this thing was here to change our lives. So you didn't know what will I do tomorrow when I wake up?
Yeah.
Will I be part of those people that the moment CS Kagu is reading positive, will Lisa be part of that statistics?
Yeah.
So at some point you'd sleep, and then you'd be like, God, may not be that part of that statistic you get.
So on my side, I just decided, let me do this, let me talk to my children, let me talk to my friends, let me get to understand what will happen. And then the Zoom thing, meeting in the Zoom. So church Zoom,
Life Zoom,
everything was Zoom. Did you have a Zoom application?
What is that? Who will scare wapi?
Viewers, let us know what came in your mind the moment you heard about COVID-19.
Actually, the only thing that I knew you can communicate with in social media was Skype and Imo, something like that. Imo. So the moment they mentioned Zoom, that our children will have to use Zoom to go to classes, we have to use Zoom to go to church, we have to use Zoom to attend meetings. Ulisikia wapi? Ulisikia wapi?
Yeah, tell us, what came in your mind when you heard about COVID and the pandemic and all the changes, and after every hour the CS would be on TV. What came in your mind? Please let us know in the comments box.
And actually I think the fact that the CS used to appear on the TV every now and then, people were keen. I remember the both of us would stick to the TV. CS is speaking at what time?
Where's the remote?
You are waiting for
Where's the remote?
And then he would come.
God.
He would say whatever you say, and then we started with 192 cases. We got to 200.
Every now and then the cases.
Yes. So the more he appeared on TV, the more he instilled in us fear.
Yeah.
And actually, it was fear for the unknown.
Yeah, it was fear for the unknown. Surely it was fear for the unknown. Now, what about the education system? When you heard that now children will now be withdrawn from school, they have to come back home.
On my side, first of all, I found it was a favor for our kids, because it is better they stay home for 2 years safe than for me to take my kid to school and then the next minute I'm being told is my kid is COVID-19 positive. I won't work with that. But again, the fact that now I've stayed with them for more than 4 months, please, they need to go back to school.
Now, let me tell you my story or my experience. The first time, the first time there was the communication came now to parents that they need to get their children from school. I was on my way to Kisumu because I remember that was announced a day prior to my journey to Kisumu because I was going to see a client in Kisumu. And now I had to communicate with the teachers, I had to send money, and Makio didn't have that much money. I had to send transport to my son, his school's in Eastern. And now I was like, for how long will they be at home and what will they be doing? So my mind went blank. The thing was, my son had to, Liam must get to the house. So I stayed for like 2 days in Kisumu, and then now week after another week after another week and after another week, children are going nowhere. And then there was this fear of what will people buy. So things ran out of the supermarket. Remember when we went for shopping and one of the shelves, tissues, sugar, all the shelves were running empty. All the shelves were running empty. And everything was just like things that we never thought would happen. Yeah? Yaani unamka leo, unasikia kesho yake you'll be like, this is what the CS is saying, the government has said this and so forth. Now come to sanitizers. Have you ever heard of a sanitizer? We are used to wet wipes, spirit,
wet wipes.
And then the sanitizers were very expensive. I remember the first shop I got into, it was 500, 600,
750. We were together.
Jesus. So what
was a big,
and then we opted to buy spirit, and we did till today. Guys, what are you using other than the sanitizers that we are being told? Are you also using spirit? Tell us the experience you have. For me, I've been using spirit because for sure sanitizers have been very expensive. Only that just few months ago, like a month or two, the sanitizers, the prices have gone a little bit down, but I'm still for the spirit. I'm still for the spirit. So I've been using spirit. So yeah, that's the experience I have had with COVID. Now, I think let's just jump into the stigma that has come with the COVID. And I'll pose one question to you, Lisa. Have you been affected, and in which way, or have you been infected?
I've not
infected in the sense that have you, at one point, was your name read by CS Cargo?
Gladly you read my name. You know, I happened to interact with one of my friends who was infected. And then after...
So you are affected?
Yes.
Okay.
After the friend went for the COVID-19 test, it turned positive.
Ooh, yeah.
And then he called you.
Yeah. That's a mutual friend.
He called you. And he said he's positive.
Yeah.
The first contact was me. Hey, mama.
What?
So the following day I started having symptoms.
Yeah.
You guys, you can't believe. I started coughing. Fever hata ilikuibakisha kidogo tu kwa mbali. But now, after we went for the test, remember we went on a Monday or Tuesday?
The test we went on a Monday.
On a Monday, yes.
On a Monday.
Yes, and then you got tested with me and another friend. And then in between the week, we could not even help because the test took too long.
We were told it to take 2 to 3 days.
Yes, but now we got the test the
No, we went for test on a Tuesday.
Really?
It was on a Tuesday because we were told for 3 days. So we were counting Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then we were like, it's either Friday or Saturday.
Of which you got the test on Monday.
Yes.
Was it Monday or Tuesday?
It was on Monday. We got the test on Monday.
No, you got your test on Monday. We got our test on Tuesday.
Yes.
Right? So in between, even her herself, and I don't judge her, she started even staying away from me.
I'm telling you, it was real. It was real. I would cough, Guys, it was real. Please let us know. Have you faced stigma? Whether because you are a contact trace of someone who was positive, and what have you experienced? Please let us know in the comment box.
We were COVID-19 negative.
Negative. Look at you.
Yes, we were COVID-19 negative.
So far, so good.
But again, the stigma that was out there, I wouldn't even want to dream or think of me being COVID-19 positive or someone that I know.
Yeah, I remember you were the first contact person, not first person, se, but among our circle, you are the first contact person with this mutual friend of ours.
Yes.
And I think it's something that is getting in your mind. It's getting into your mentality. You get a mentality that now that so and so tested positive, I'm now positive, because you started showing symptoms, and now you are telling, hey, Lisa, that car, take that car by yourself. Use it here and wash
These people even arranged a room for me to stay.
I'm telling you.
In case
But
haywire.
I was telling one of my friends, that's for me, it's stigma, yes, but I'm applying it as positive stigma. I don't know whether that makes sense.
How?
Positive stigma, because it's stigma because we don't want you, or I wouldn't want to transmit or to infect my children, my family, my closest friend. So it's a matter of you stay aside until you are well. We'll do everything for you. But it's not kind of stigma pass. I'm calling it positive. It's a stigma with love. That's how I can sum it up.
Yeah, it's
stigma with love. It's stigma with love. Because it will be somehow awkward for you to say that we stigmatize. We didn't want to talk to you.
You
played.
Actually, we did.
We were talking.
Monopoly.
Yes, we even played Monopoly. We were but at some time we were so keen and telling her, hey Lisa, you have not washed your hands. Go wash your hands. You have not sanitized fast.
Lisa, that remote.
You know, we were so thorough to everything that she's laying her hands on. So for me, I wouldn't say that it is stigma with love, because the stigma that people, because I've had a friend who was sharing with me that the stigma he faced was from workplace. Yeah, small, because now no one was talking to her. Everything, it came with blame game. It came with blame game, in the sense that you knew you had this. Why had you to come to the office? You would have let us know and all that. And until today, in fact, it's last week, he was telling me that he has friends who are literally not talking to him.
That's one.
And mark you, these friends, they never turned positive. But you see now, I don't know, and that came about after a few months when these came to Kenya.
Actually, I have an uncle who has a friend, and the friend turned positive, COVID-19 positive. And 2 weeks later, he tested negative.
Yeah.
But he's still seeing a therapist because he has anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Because the wife doesn't want to interact with him, the kids
Even
doesn't
now.
want to see him, even now. So that the friend is still seeing a therapist. Why? Because the stigmatization is too much on him. He would rather be positive than deal with the stigmatization that is out there, especially the wife. And you know, at such a moment, that is when you're demanded to give love. Because give love from a distance. I'm not telling you to go embrace and kiss and do everything, but give love from a distance.
Yeah, stigma with love.
Yes, stigma with love.
Stigma with love. What about stigma in matatus?
Well,
mat. Yeah, because now it appeared a joke that was going around the social media that you can't cough when you're in a matatu, and then there are those guys that would they flown in, and then once they get into a matatu, they'll be like, yeah, I just left from Germany, and so guys in the matatu will be like, please, hey, please, and you are with us in this. So that's another stigma that came about, especially in the transport industry. And it also happened even in Uber. The guys who are going by Uber.
Actually, I've used Uber several and you find that wameka karatasi in between the driver, and they will not even allow you to use the co-driver seat. You have to sit. I can't talk much about the matatu because you know I don't have a car, but God has blessed me. I've not used a matatu anytime soon.
You're blessed. You're blessed.
But for the Uber, you'll even find the moment you just enter into the Uber, they'll tell you, oh, I have a sanitizer, and you're like, I have my own sanitizer, but they're like, no, you have to use. They don't even trust your own sanitizer. They just want you to use their sanitizers.
That's also part of stigma, and that's the stigma that we are not calling it. That's what we are not calling it stigma with love. I think that's just literally stigma. But I think that stigma that is coming with fear also, because now you find maybe the driver is fearing and all that. What about in the shopping mall? What's your experience?
Especially the cats.
Yeah, that's just being keen.
And then you know now where we live, news started spreading that people are falling because of COVID and things like that. So you were not sure if I touch this, what if the person who felt
especially
touched?
the counters and all that.
Yeah, so you'll find when you go to the supermarket, or you can't come with the kids, you leave your kid outside, or when you go inside, you have to check that cat, you don't know if it is sanitized. The person is telling me it is sanitized, but my friend, trust his hand. You can't. So the moment you walk in, you just want, and then ile time when umeshika hiyo cat ndo mjikuno ukuja.
Yes, you be like, and you have the mask on, so you want to, to drop it down, and then you
the mkuno itakuja hapa itakuja kwa macho,
kwa
mapua,
and then you say one day, which day before I scratch.
I know.
Hey, you guys have been so keen. What about marriages? Do you have an experience with friends who are either in relationship or in marriage?
I take that to the marriage therapist because I don't know.
What about relationship? Not the you now, but what about the people you are close to? Do you have any? Have you come about someone who is sharing the experiences?
We have a mutual friend. He's always saying that before he flew in, he had a roommate. And that the moment he started coughing in that country, the roommate said that you will infect me. You remember?
Oh yeah.
And the guy was worried. The guy very even worried. Right now he's still bitter because of that. Because I am not positive. I am just coughing. And before that I used to cough.
Apparently they went for a test and God is good. This friend of ours, his results were negative. And it's something that he's there in terms of schooling. He went there for a scholarship, and this came from a more senior person. The stigma came from a more senior person, and for me, I can say that's the experience I have from him, sharing about the stigma that he had before he came now in Kenya. In terms of you're sharing a room, and this is not stigma with love. I wouldn't call this stigma with love. It's not COVID-19 stigma with love. It's literally stigma. Stigma, as in the names, what we know about stigma. The with love, it's us who we are coming up with the with love.
That is for families.
That is for family. That is for the Dominance Family channel. It's stigma with love. But from this friend of ours, when he's explaining it and when he's just sharing this story, he's still bitter about it. He's still bitter about it because it's not the right thing he experienced. And again, he didn't expect the same. He didn't expect that his roommates will stigmatize him just because of a cough. It's not little. Even if you cough now, I will ask you, hey, ulipita wapi? Umetoka nje. For the past 3 days, where were you? But you see now, it's this asking you, hey, you have coughed, and stay your side, stick to your lane, I stick to my lane, as in, I don't want anything to do with you. But we thank God.
But again, I still want to thank people out there who, despite of everything that is happening, especially in Kenya, because I have not gone to any other country. In Kenya, people went out of their way to help other people who were affected by the pandemic and everything that is happening. You see, like, let us give an example with Lucy Natasha. You could see that each and every day,
all over social media.
Yes, she was all over trying to feed people out there. This dude on Facebook is Dongonyoro. Yes, he did his best to help. You can still see that they are helping, despite of everything that is happening out there. They have chosen to put everything aside and risk their life, because that is risky.
Now that is what you are calling fear. But again, we have been told to sanitize, social distance. Don't interact, don't go to crowded places. It's doable. And I can see as we end this.
It's doable with who?
It's doable. It's very doable because other than the people, I mean, there's no way, Lisa, we are going to leave this house. We are going to leave our house and we go to places and we'll be like social distancing. We have even found ourselves at the mall. The security guard will be like, simama pale, wewe kuja simama hapa. But out there for sure, out there for me, I'm so keen. I don't want to interact. I don't want to be too close to people. Of course, these are people I have not, we are just meeting at that particular site. So for me, I can say I'm very, very, very keen. I'm very keen about it. What do you want to tell our viewers?
What I can say is, COVID is not the end of everything. And to me, I just think it's another flu. It is just that it came with an urgency of trying to show us how serious. And it is serious. It will instill fear. But you see, A wise man once said, fear is a state of mind.
Yeah.
It is never there. So if you meet someone who says maybe I'm COVID-19 positive, do not discriminate him or her.
Yeah.
So I think people out there need to embrace people, they need to show love, they need to handle people with care, because kindness doesn't cost a thing.
Yes, it's
Just
free.
be kind.
It's free.
What do you have to say?
What I'll tell people is COVID, people are healing from COVID. It's not the end of the world. Just need to be careful. Unaona vile tunaambiwa, sanitize, wash your hands, don't be in a crowded places and so forth. But above all, God first. Above all, God first. Lakini COVID, watu wanapona na COVID. Ni watu wengi sana in fact wamepona na COVID. And you'll find, especially right now, I think the cases are too many, because you'll find you'll go for a test today, utambi utatoka after 3 days, yeah? But unaona inakaa whole week. By the time una receive results, my friend, ushapona. So let's take care, especially our old people, our moms, our grandparents, our parents, our friends who are elderly. Let's take care of them. Let's not like mingle, especially from us who are living in Nairobi, because Nairobi is the highest. Yeah, from urban areas. When we go to rural areas, please, let's be very careful. But what I want to tell you guys, there is hope. There is hope even after COVID, because COVID may still be here with us, but there is hope. There is tomorrow. So right now, what I'll tell guys is that idea that you have been wanting to the idea that has been coming in your mind, what you have been wanting to start, that business, even if it's marriage, even if it's a relationship, proceed. Life haijasimama. Hii ile design ya sasa dunia isimame nishuke. Unashuka kienda wapi?
Ama isimame nilamba glucose, my friend.
Unalamba ndio nini? So ulisikia wapi? So yeah, there's life and life is so good.
Let's assume that I have diabetes, and then I turn to be COVID-19 positive. I so much concentrate on COVID-19, I forget that I have another disease that I'm treating. So the moment you hear out there that I have COVID-19 and I have another disease, kindly, as much as you're taking your ndimu and everything, concentrate much on diabetes. COVID is a flu. But if you pay attention to the COVID, diabetes, you'll not die because of COVID. You'll die because of diabetes. So just take cautions. Hata mkiwa na makucha, the doctor said that we need to clean our nails.
So the doctor, is that when we went for testing, the guy was taking the samples, the swabs.
He advised that is good. If you cannot clean your nails, just cut them.
I still have mine on, but I'm really careful to clean them.
We actually even using toothbrush
to
clean them. So I think that is it.
So thank you guys, thank you for watching. We love you. This is something that we have started, and we really request you work with us, because it's going to get interesting. More and more episodes are coming through, and it's a discussion that, believe you me, you are going to feel we are going to feel it's fun. At the same time, we'll educate and share our experiences, our ventures, current events that are happening, what we do, who are we, and we invite you into this Dominance family to take us through.
And as much as invite, keep social distance.
Yes.
You come.
So please subscribe. The moment you watch this video, subscribe, like, and share. Until next time.
Keep it low.
Bye.
It's softly spoken with no strings tying you to